Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this health education program, Good Foods for Gut Health. My name is Alyssa Gailey, and I'm a registered dietitian, and today I will be presenting this program. And first, we will go over some foods that are good for your gut health and foods that are not so great for your gut health. And then at the end, there will be a cooking demo and recipe, and then we will move into our question and answer session. So let's get started. As I said, today we're talking about good foods for gut health. So every particle of food you put into your mouth, whether it be a greasy slice of pizza or a wholesome bed of greens, travels through your digestive system and provides your body with nourishment. But different foods cause different reactions in the digestive system. Some foods are digestive superstars, while others are better left untouched. During today's class, you'll learn how the digestive system works, gut-friendly foods, and unfriendly foods for digestion. Your digestive system is made of several organs that break down food into functional pieces so that the nutrients can be taken out and converted into energy for the body to use. Let's look at this system piece by piece. According to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases, the process starts in the mouth. Here, glands produce saliva that moisten and along with chewing, mechanically or physically break down the food you eat. The food then travels down the esophagus. The esophagus is a hollow and muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach. There is also a sphincter here that controls the passage of food and liquid between the esophagus and stomach. Food then enters the stomach, which acts kind of like a storage center for food and liquid. The stomach actually has three jobs. 1, to store food and liquid. 2, to mix food with digestive juices that help break down food to absorbable nutrients. And 3, to empty the contents into the small intestine. Once in the small intestine, the nutrients are absorbed into the bloodstream and distributed throughout the rest of the body. Whatever is left over goes into the large intestine, also known as the colon. The large intestine changes the waste from liquid to stool. The waste is then sent to the rectum. The rectum is a small space at the end of the colon that temporarily stores feces. So, does anyone have a clue how long in feet the large intestine is? It's actually 5 feet. The anus is the exterior opening of the rectum where stool leaves the body during a bowel movement. During today's class, we'll be focusing on foods that are good for your gut. These foods are known for their ability to keep your digestive system happy and healthy, but please make sure you see your doctor right away if you have any digestive concerns. Some negative digestive system symptoms are a sign of colorectal cancer. If there is cancer in your colon or rectum, the earlier your doctor can find it and treat it, the better. For the remainder of today's class, we'll discuss 8 foods that are good for digestion: yogurt, fermented foods, cruciferous vegetables, whole grains, lean meat, and fish, fruits, ginger, and water. For each of those foods, you'll learn why they are good for digestion, specific examples to help you incorporate them into your diet, and any special considerations you need to be aware of. The first food we're going to talk about is yogurt. The main reason why yogurt is highlighted as a gut-friendly food is because it contains healthy bacteria called probiotics. Bacteria in the gut helps the body digest food more efficiently, but in order to do this, the gut must have the proper balance of good and bad bacteria. Things like stress, inflammation, poor diet, and antibiotics can disrupt this balance. In these cases, probiotics may be useful. Probiotics are defined by the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health as live microorganisms or bacteria that are intended to have health benefits. Probiotics are believed to improve digestion by crowding out the unhealthy bacteria in your gut. According to the NCCIH, certain probiotics may help prevent diarrhea caused by infections or antibiotics and alleviate the symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome or IBS. According to Everyday Health's article, Yogurt, a guide to probiotics in yogurt, the key to buying yogurt is to make sure it contains live and active cultures. Sometimes this information will be right on the front label. Other times, you may need to check the ingredient list for Lactobacillus bulgarius and Streptococcus thermophilus. Yogurt is easy to incorporate into a healthy diet. You can mix it with fruit and granola for breakfast or a healthy snack, or add it to your smoothies. It can even be substituted for butter and oil in some baking recipes. When choosing yogurt, check the nutrition facts label for calories, fat, and sugar content. The best choices tend to be those that are non-fat or low-fat and plain or unflavored. Flavored yogurts and those with added fruits can be high in sugar, but you can buy plain yogurt and add your own fruit for extra flavor. Greek yogurt can provide an extra punch of protein, but again, always check the label for live and active cultures. Next on our list is fermented foods. Fermentation involves using microorganisms or bacteria to change sugars into lactic acid. This process is what gives fermented foods their sour, tangy taste. Fermented foods contain beneficial, easy-to-digest bacteria like yogurt, which is actually a fermented food itself. They are rich in probiotics that help restore balance to gut flora. According to Everyday Health's article, How Fermented Foods Aid Digestion, they can also help your body digest, absorb, and better utilize the foods you're eating. Examples of fermented foods include sauerkraut, kefir, which is a smoothie-like drink made from fermented milk, giving it a tangy taste, buttermilk, sourdough bread, made with milk and other foods that have been fermented before forming the bread dough, kimchi, a Korean dish typically made of cabbage, radish, or onion and lots of spices. Kombucha is a fermented tea with a bubbly texture. Tempeh, a vegetarian protein source made from fermented soybeans. And miso, made of fermented soybeans, often used as a base for soups and glazes. If you haven't been eating them regularly, the taste of fermented foods may seem a bit unusual. So it may take your palate some time to get used to them. Like any new food, it's best to add it to your diet gradually. It's also important to watch out for the sodium in fermented foods. They may contain a lot of salt, so be sure to check the food labels if you're watching your salt intake. It's best to be very selective about the fermented foods you choose, or focus more attention on some of the other options on your list. If you aren't sure how much salt is too much for you, talk to your healthcare provider. The number 3 gut-friendly food I want to talk about today is cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables contain lots of fiber. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, fiber is a type of carbohydrate that the body is unable to digest. Most carbohydrates are broken down into sugar molecules, but fiber can't be broken down, so it moves through the body without being digested. Eating plenty of fiber has been associated with good gut health for a couple of reasons. First, consuming fiber can help relieve and prevent constipation, which is a major gastrointestinal complaint in the United States. In addition, cruciferous vegetables contain substances called glucosinolates. According to the National Cancer Institute, when these sulfur-containing chemicals are broken down during digestion, they may have anti-cancer properties. While human research has been inconclusive, animal studies have revealed several pathways they may aid in cancer prevention. Examples of cruciferous vegetables include arugula, bok choy, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, and kale. It is important to note that some people's digestive tracts, especially those with IBS, may be aggravated by cruciferous vegetables. If you've identified them as a trigger food for unwanted digestive symptoms, it is best to avoid them. Whole grains have many health benefits. According to the USDA's page on grains, they're a good source of fiber, like our last food group, cruciferous vegetables. B vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, and folate, and minerals, iron, magnesium, and selenium. They may help lower the risk of heart disease and with weight management. And the reason they're on our list is that they can help with digestion and that they may reduce constipation. It is important for you to know there are two types of grains, whole grains and refined grains. Whole grains contain the entire grain kernel, the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. Examples of whole grains are whole wheat flour, bulgur or cracked wheat, oatmeal, cornmeal, and brown rice. Refined grains have been milled, which removes the bran and the germ. This refining lowers the benefits you can get from the food. Examples of refined grains include white flour, degermed cornmeal, white bread, and white rice. Women over age 51 should eat 5 ounces of grains per day, and men should eat 6 ounces. At least half of those grains should be whole grains. So regardless of whether you are male or female, at least 3 ounces of your grains should be whole grains. 1 slice of bread, 1 cup of ready-to-eat cereal, or ½ cup of cooked rice, pasta, or cooked cereal is considered 1 ounce. Choose grain products like cereals, breads, rice, and pasta that are 100% whole grain instead of refined grains. Also, popcorn is a whole grain and can be a healthy snack if made with little or no added salt and butter. To make sure you're getting whole grains, look for items that list one of the following first on the ingredient list: brown rice, buckwheat, oatmeal, rolled oats, whole wheat, and whole rye, whole grain barley, quinoa, millet, or bulgur. It is important to note that grains may not be a good choice for everyone. Those with celiac disease or a sensitivity to gluten may need to avoid them. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disease in which eating gluten can damage the lining of the small intestine, preventing the absorption of nutrients. Gluten is a protein found in many grains, like wheat, barley, and rye. Gluten is what gives products their chewiness. No, only a physician can diagnose someone with celiac disease. Lean meats and fish are often preferred over other fattier protein sources. Their nutrition profile makes them a better choice for heart health and weight control. Proteins are important parts of a healthy diet. They're the building blocks for bones, muscles, cartilage, skin, and blood, as well as hormones, enzymes, and vitamins. In addition to being better for your heart, lean meat and fish are a preferred protein source for digestion. According to health.com, this is mostly because they are much easier to digest than fatty red meat. So they don't aid in digestion per se. They're simply a better option than their fattier counterparts. Examples of lean meat and fish include salmon, herring, sardines, tuna, chicken, and turkey. Lean meat and fish aren't the only ways to get your protein fix. Eggs, beans, and peas, nuts and nut butters, tofu, and tempeh can provide protein too. Many of these are high in fiber, which provides an added benefit for digestion. Fruits are the number 6 food on our list. Like some of the other foods we've discussed, fruits often contain lots of fiber to help regulate digestion. Most Americans don't get enough fiber in their diets. According to the USDA's 2014 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, the average intake of fiber is 16 grams. The recommended intake is 25 grams for women and 38 grams for men. Fiber comes in 2 forms: soluble fiber, which slows down digestion in a good way. This is the type of fiber most abundantly found in fruit. It's also found in oat bran, barley, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, and some vegetables. And insoluble fiber, which helps food pass more quickly through the stomach and intestines. It's found in wheat bran, vegetables, and whole grains. The USDA guidelines recommend getting about 2 cups of fruit daily, with the majority being in the form of fresh whole fruit. Fruits also have a good reputation because they are loaded with vitamins and minerals. This means that if you're experiencing diarrhea or vomiting, fruits may help restore some of the lost nutrients. When it comes to digestion, bananas appear to be front runners. This may have to do with their high potassium content. According to the University of Maryland Medical Center, potassium aids in smooth muscle contraction, which is the main musculature of the digestive tract. If you suffer from diverticulitis, you may need to avoid fruits with seeds during a flare-up or attack. Your doctor can help you determine specific dietary changes that are best for your situation. Ginger is an herb that has long been linked with settling an upset stomach. In fact, according to the University of Maryland Medical Center, it has been used in China to help with digestion for more than 2,000 years. Ginger may help to relieve nausea, gas, and loss of appetite. The reason for its potential health benefits are unclear, but people may use it to treat an upset stomach and/or nausea and vomiting. Ginger comes in many forms: fresh or dried ginger root, as a cooking spice, in candies and in tea. It also comes in capsule form. Herbs can trigger negative side effects in the body and interact with other herbs, supplements, or medications. Ginger should only be taken under the supervision of a doctor, and in high doses, it can cause heartburn. Our final gut-friendly food isn't actually a food, but it's so important to digestion that it deserves a spot on this list. It's water. First of all, hydration is key for all of your body's systems to function well, and water is without a doubt a great way to stay hydrated. Together, fiber and water create a perfect digestive combo because they bulk up and soften the stool so it can pass easily and quickly through the digestive tract. Fiber acts like a sponge, absorbing water, so if you aren't hydrated, fiber has a hard time doing its job. Water can help flush out waste from the large intestine, preventing and/or relieving constipation. Without it, your digestive system may slow down and stool may be harder to pass. If you're feeling thirsty, urinating less than usual, have dark-colored urine, dry skin, or feeling dizzy and faint, you may be dehydrated. One good tip for getting more water: when you're feeling hungry, try to drink water first instead of eating right away. This can be mistaken for hunger, but true hunger won't be satisfied by drinking water. According to the American Academy of Family Physicians, drinking water may help you feel more full, helping with weight loss. Now that we've looked at some foods that are good for digestion, let's spend a few minutes talking about foods that may hamper digestion. Fried foods. According to EverydayHealth.com's article, 11 foods to avoid when you're having digestive problems, fatty, fried foods often have unwanted digestive problems. They either move through your system too quickly, causing diarrhea, or move through too slowly, causing constipation. Fried foods are often low in fiber, making them harder to digest. Spicy foods. This probably isn't too surprising, but spicy foods can irritate the esophagus and lead to heartburn. While some people can eat spicy cuisine without any issues, the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases recommends avoiding them if you have gastroesophageal reflux disease or GERD, because they can make this condition worse. Alcohol. According to Health.com's article, The Best and Worst Foods for Digestion, alcohol can relax the esophageal sphincter, leading to heartburn. It can also cause inflammation in the lining of the stomach and prevent the absorption of nutrients. Caffeine. Caffeine may speed up digestion too much and make things move through your digestive system quickly, leading to diarrhea. It can also be a trigger for people with frequent heartburn or GERD, according to the NIDDK. Carbonated beverages. According to Health.com, sodas can over-relax the esophageal sphincter, causing the contents of the stomach to travel up through the esophagus, leading to heartburn. They also may act as diuretics and cause a laxative effect in the body. Dairy. According to Everyday Health, for people with lactose intolerance, dairy products can be difficult to digest. They can cause diarrhea, gas, and bloating. Lactose intolerance is a common digestive problem in which people don't make enough of the enzyme lactase that breaks down the main sugar found in milk, lactose. Next, I'm going to show you a video of a great gut healthy recipe. So here we go.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. Today we are making a frozen yogurt bar. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. Today we are making a frozen yogurt bar. And this is a really great snack. It's a really good dessert. It'd be something fun you can make with your grandkids. This recipe is from the American Heart Association, and I chose it because it's using a Greek yogurt, which is really good for your gut health. It's got probiotics in it, which help to feed the good bacteria and really amp up that gut health. So that's why I chose this recipe. And this is a really easy recipe. You can really modify it to whatever you would like, and you use all different kinds of things. So first I've got 1.5 cups of plain Then I have some unsalted chopped almonds. You could use almonds, but you could also use any other nuts that you might have on hand. That's what I like about this recipe, is you could really do, as long as you have the base, you can add in other things that you would like. And then I have 1/2 cup of chopped mango. You can use frozen. You could chop up a fresh mango. It's really up to you. And then I have raspberries and blueberries here. You could use strawberries. You could really, again, use whatever you like. So, super easy recipe. I have my 9x13 pan, and I've got parchment paper on it, and that's super important for when we put it in the freezer. So, let's get started here. I've got my yogurt, and I am going to add in my honey just to sweeten that up a little bit. As thin as I can get it. So I will move some things around here so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So I'm just gonna add my yogurt all in here. And then just take my spatula and spread it around as thin as I can, but covering the whole pan. So it's a little thin in some places, but that's all right. Just try and even it out here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I am just going to take all and the raspberries are making my hands super messy. That's okay. All right, got those added. One more. Okay, and then I've got my mango, and I'm just gonna plop those little chunks on here wherever I'd like. right, and then I've got my nuts, so I will sprinkle those on. And this looks so pretty too, and it looks like it took a lot of work, and people will be so impressed with you. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to put plastic wrap over this.
All right, so this is a picture of what it looked like coming out of the freezer. And then I have another picture here for you of like me breaking it into chunks. And I like to keep this in my freezer and just kind of break off chunks as I'm feeling like I need something a little bit sweet. This is a really great recipe again. Put whatever toppings you want on it. It's just a good recipe. So I hope you enjoy that. And then here we have some references. If you're, want to read anything about what we talked about today, I've got a couple pages of those. And then we also did post the link for this recipe if you're looking for it. So now we are going to move into our question and answer portion. And I wanted to thank you for watching. And please submit your questions and we will be happy to get them answered. Thank you and have a great day.